And now it is my pleasure to introduce our musical inspiration and guest speaker for today, none other than singer, songwriter, author, entertainer, Karen Drucker, who is very well known to all of us. Karen's message is about healing and love, and her chants and her songs are used around the world, helping people to deal with illness and loss. She's recorded 20 CDs of her inspirational music, which we have all enjoyed very, very much. She has a best-selling book, Let Go of the Shore, and her intention is to use her music to open hearts and to share a message of hope, acceptance, and love. And so without further ado, here is Karen Drucker.
Hey there, Creative Living Fellowship. Yay! It's Karen Drucker here. I'm so glad to be back with you. It's been quite a long time. So I have a song that pretty much sums up what my talk is today, what I want to talk to you about. I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I want you to sing that with me now. I will be gentle with myself. Yeah. I will be gentle with myself, and I will hold myself, and I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart, and I will hold my heart. I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. Sing that again. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart, and I will hold my heart, and I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. Listen to this next part. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. Doesn't that give you so much permission? I will only go as fast. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on and I will rock myself. I will rock myself like a newborn baby child. Do that again. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself, and I will rock myself. I'll rock myself like a newborn baby child. All right, now let's affirm and say, I am gentle. I am gentle with myself. Yeah, I am gentle with myself, and I love myself. I love myself like a newborn baby child. Sing that again. I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself, and I love myself. I love myself like a newborn baby child, and I rock myself. And I rock myself like a newborn baby child, and I love myself. And I love myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. I don't know about you, but that is a spiritual practice unto itself for me. So I want you to do something with me right now. I want you to put your hand over your heart. Put your hand over your heart. Take a deep breath. And I want you to go into your heart right now and just say, what does my heart have to say? What does my heart have to say? And just listen. Just take a deep breath. And just let your heart come come forth saying what it needs from you today. What does my heart have to say? It could be, I need to rest. I need to be quiet. I need to call an old friend. I need to forgive myself, whatever it is. So you can open your eyes for a moment. So I learned this as a spiritual practice years ago. I had a job where I was an actor in a little comedy play, a little puppet show. And my character was called Dr. Heart. And I had a heart smock and heart earrings and a heart hat and just heart everything. And what was truly amazing about this little job of mine was that I had to have a little stethoscope, and we would go around to all the different pediatric wards here where I live in the Bay Area in San Francisco. And I would go up to these children that were all hooked up to these, machines, and they just looked sick and sad. And my job was to take the stethoscope and go up to them and say, "What does your heart have to say, little one? What does your heart have to say?" And I'd put my little stethoscope to their heart and say, "What does your heart have to say?" And it was the sweetest thing, because they would look up at me with these big eyes and say, "Oh, my heart's sad because I want to go home," or "My heart's sad because my parents are so worried." And what I did was I gave them the opportunity to just express what was on their heart. And I think that when we allow ourselves to do that, especially now with what we're going through, allow those emotions to just come up. What does my heart have to say? Right now I'm happy. Right now I'm sad. Right now I'm panicked. Right now I'm elated. I don't know about you, but I have been like this pendulum going back and forth. On one hand, I love that I'm home, because I'm usually on the road traveling and doing this kind of work, which I love, but it requires being on a plane a lot. And I love being home and puttering in my house. And on the other hand, I'll go into panic and think, "Oh my God, how will I make a living, and what will I do?" And I miss people. I miss doing this work, seeing you and doing a talk and being able to feel the room and see people's eyes and see what is happening in their hearts. But for now, I imagine you. For now, I go into my heart and say, what does my heart have to say? And my heart is saying, just express right now, express through this medium. Allow it to be that you give your love in this way. And so hopefully that's coming through to you, because I'm picturing you. I can see your sanctuary. I could picture being there. I actually did a Posse concert there, I remember, with Daniel Nemod and Sue Riley, and I just can picture your sanctuary. So I have to just put myself there. But when we start our day with that exercise, what does my heart have to say? It sets the tone for the rest of the day. So my question to you is, did you wake up this morning and go, "Oh my God, it's a beautiful day"? And you went to the mirror, you looked at yourself in the mirror and said, "Oh my God, did you get more beautiful overnight?" Did you say that? Or did you say, "Oh my God, everything's dropping, what's happening?" And to me, the idea that we start our day in a positive way, that we put those feelings, we put those ideas in our head in the most gentle way, that we allow ourselves to start our day saying positive, kind things to ourselves. There's a Linda Ronstadt song, "You're no good, you're no good, you're no good, baby, you're no good." And there's a Beatles song, "I think I'm gonna be sad, I think it's today." Do you want to start your day that way? I don't think so. So to me, when I allow myself to just stop and check in with my heart, and especially to just let anything that comes up be what needs to come up. And when you do that, when you really tell the truth, what could come up sometimes is, if you were supposed to meet someone later or have a phone call with someone or do another Zoom conference call, what might come up is, "No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that." If I'm going to be true to my heart and what my heart is saying, "Oh, little girlfriend, little sweetheart, you need to just stop and listen and rest." Or you need to cry. Or you need to call someone up and forgive them and not do these other appointments you had. And that's hard for us. That's hard when we're giving people and we want to have people like us. But when we allow ourselves to say no, when we allow ourselves to check in with our authentic self first, that's the way we can live our lives from that authentic place, from that spirit-based, spirit-driven, spirit-led life, to me, is about trusting your heart. And so Cheryl Richardson has a great quote that I love that says, to be truly authentic to yourself, you have to be willing to say no, sometimes every day. You have to be willing to say no every day. That's scary. But you know, I wrote a song years ago called N-O is my new yes. And in that song, I have a line that says, how good is my giving, how authentic, how true, when I cheat me just to please you. Ooh, how good is my giving, how authentic, how true, when I cheat me just to make sure you're okay, just to please you. I'm not being authentic then. So I would rather risk having some disappointment, having a little bit of an issue with someone that I might need to clear up, but by me being true to myself and saying this is what I need to do, that's the first part of self-care. So that's really what this talk is about today, is radical self-care. And self-care, you know, can be, you know, getting enough sleep. I mean, especially in these times, getting enough sleep, getting enough exercise, all that kind of stuff. But I'm talking about the deeper part, because we are in a transition here, obviously. And, you know, I have a GPS that I have her with an English accent on my iPhone. And when I'm driving someplace and she says, you know, turn right, and I go, no, I think it's 2 more blocks, and then, you know, I think she was wrong. Instead of her berating me and saying, why don't you listen to me? You know, you were always so stubborn. Why don't you do this? She simply says, recalculating. And so I think that the key right here is knowing that we are recalculating everything in our lives. We are recalculating what it was before and what it's going to be as we move into this new way of being, which none of us know what it is. I mean, yesterday I just had a meltdown. I was just doing fine. I'm puttering around the house, and then all of a sudden it just hit me of like, will I ever be able to sing with people again? Will I ever be able to be, you know, doing concerts and doing, you know, what it is that I love with people and seeing them, looking in their eyes? And I just started sobbing. And I started sobbing for all of the people that are dying around the world and people that can't be with their loved ones when they're making their transition. It just like all of a sudden hit me. But then it's like, what happens with life? It's like, okay, that's what it is right now. And I just felt it. I allowed it to sweep over me. And then it was like, okay, time to do the dishes. You know, I remember when my mother died, you know, it's Mother's Day weekend, and I'm just thinking about my mom this weekend a lot. And I remember when I was in Costco, and I'm going down the aisles, and I'm shopping, and it had been like about a month or something like that. And I'm just doing my thing, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, I call it the wave. The wave came over me, and I just started. It's just like, I don't know what triggered it, but I started sobbing. I mean, I think I was in the toilet paper section, and I'm just sitting there in front of the Charmin, and I'm just crying. And I will never forget that someone came up and just simply put their hand on my shoulder. I mean, I was so into it that it's like, it wasn't even something for me to turn around and look. I could feel them put their hand on my shoulder and just leave it there for just a moment. Oh, I could cry just even thinking about this. They just left their hand there and then walked on. They just walked on. And I could just feel someone saying, I hear you, I see you. I'm there with you. You know, and it was the most beautiful moment. I never knew who they were, but it's that kindness. It's that kindness that happens when we allow ourselves to be in touch with our heart and say, what is mine to do today, Spirit? What is mine to be? And a lot of times what is mine to do is saying, I want to be present. I just want to be present in the world. And that means waking up. That means waking up and seeing things. You know, being able to be present to people. I mean, one of my favorite stories is that when I was traveling and I was on Southwest Airlines in the coveted A position, and I remember I was standing in front of the line, and everyone's on their cell phones. They're all looking down, their heads are down, no one's connecting with each other. But I remember I said, that day my heart was saying, choose to be present all day long. And so I was just being present and looking around, and I saw a scene. I saw a scene of a man who was obviously bringing his elderly mother to the flight attendant to the gate. She looked like she had like a little bit of dementia or something, like she wasn't quite understanding what was happening. But I could see the look on his face because I was present. I could see the look of worry, and I know that look. I know that look from with my parents going through, their health challenges. And he just had that worried look, and I remember somehow he must have felt my energy going towards him, because he turned around and he looked at me, and I just motioned to him through sign language, like, I'll look out for her, don't worry, I'll watch her. And he just went, thank you. And as he walked away, he kept looking back, and I just said, don't worry, I got her, don't worry. And so now we took our trip, and we get to our destination, and I see her at the end of, I always want to call it a gangplank. It's the jetway. She's standing at the top of the jetway, and she's looking really confused, like she doesn't know where to go, because obviously the person who was bringing her there couldn't come and get her through the security line. And so I come up to her and I say, hi there, my name is Karen, and I'll take you to whoever is picking you up today. And she looked at me and she said, oh, Karen, you look like you've lost weight. You look fabulous. And I went, oh, sure, thanks. And so I took her to, I walked her down and we're just chatting, and I see her, the person who looked like it was going to pick her up, it looked like the other brother, and he had that anxious look like this. And, I said, I got her. And so I sort of passed her off, and she said, oh, Karen, are you going to spend the weekend with us and have dinner tonight with us? And the poor brother's like, who are you? But I realized that that little moment of kindness totally served me. That moment of saying, I want to be present, served me in being able to be present to that situation of helping someone. And to me, that's really what it's all about, is just being kind to each other, especially right now in this time, and being gentle with ourselves. And, I'm thinking about another Southwest Airlines flight that I was on. And again, this is just sweetness that the flight attendant came on and said, all right, everyone, put your windows down, put the shades down on your windows. And everyone kind of looks at each other like, oh my God, what's happening? Is this like a drill, some kind of a drill of some kind? And so we put our shades down. She goes, all right, and then put your call light button on. Everyone do that right now. And we're all going, because everyone's always, not even listening to anything. All of a sudden, everyone was totally present. And so we all put our call lights on, and we're waiting for the next instructions like this. And she said, all right, this is Manny. He's turning 97 today. Manny, come up here right now, and I want you all to sing happy birthday to him, okay? 1, 2, 3. And everybody sang happy birthday, and it was so incredibly awful, because you've got the first part of the plane singing in one key at one time, and the rest of us in the back were in another key at another time. And it was just, and everyone's singing off key and loud, and it didn't matter. It was the sweetest thing. I actually started crying. And then what she instructed us to do was, at the end, we were all supposed to turn our call lights off when he blew out the candles all around the plane. And that kind of a situation is just so sweet. It's that sweetness that we can give to each other. And, everyone always rushes off of planes and tries to, get off the plane as fast as possible. Well, on this day, they made Manny stand at the exit, and they made him a crown of swizzle sticks, of all those. They made him like this little crown, and everybody stopped and wished him a happy birthday. And what was really super sweet at the end was now I'm in the, throngs of people in the airport, and now I'm going to get my luggage. And all of us that had had that experience were all like, hi, how are you? You were on my flight. There was this connection and sweetness. So I think that the main thing I want to leave you with today is the idea that when you have a spiritual practice of every morning, waking up and just being sweet to yourself in whatever way that looks. I mean, it could really be a 5-minute spiritual practice where you say, what does my heart have to say? Then maybe you listen to, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. You sing along with me. And maybe you do a little bit of movement, but this whole practice could be 5 minutes. But when you do that, when you allow yourself to come from that place of being present and grounded, I can guarantee you that anybody you see after that, even if you're still at home and you're just relating to your family, you will have a sparkle. You will have a presence to you that is different than if you just woke up and raced out of bed. And to me, the idea that right now we can heal the world. I mean, here's another little song. We can heal the world one heart at a time. We can heal the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. I just think it's like when we can know that our love can heal this world, that's the most important thing. So I'm going to give you one quote that I just love. Well, 2 quotes actually, real fast. Self-care is never a selfish act. It is simply good stewardship of the only gift I have, the gift I was put on earth to offer to others. Parker Palmer. And then one more I want to leave you with. Listening to your heart, finding out who you are is not simple. It takes time for the chatter to quiet down. But in the silence of not doing, we begin to know what we really feel. If we listen and hear what is being offered, then anything in life can be our guide. But first, we have to stop and listen. Stop and listen. Be gentle with yourself. That's the greatest gift you could give to the world.